The Mystara project is proud to present part 20 of the Creatures of Mystara series. In this video, we shall take a look at the automatons of the Blacklore Valley. The automatons of the Blacklore Valley were introduced in the 1990 Hollow World Boxed Sets Adventure book, on page 22. The story of how these advanced machines originated starts with the so-called City of the Gods, around BC 4010. The city, actually the crashed spaceship FSS Beagle from another galaxy, was raided by surrounding peoples, including the Kingdom of Blackmore, sometime between BC 4005 and BC 3900. The acquisition of this technology sparked an age of science in Blackmore that led to many advancements, including production of robots. In BC 3500, Blackmore merchant priests reached the southern continent of Evergreen. There they traded with the elves, who were fascinated by their technology. The elves gladly bartered with the merchant priests for their technological goods, including robots. The Great Rain of Fire in BC 3000 destroyed the Evergreen civilization. Survivors fled to the colony of Grunland, near the source of the Green River in southern Devania. Despite the Great Rain of Fire being caused by Blackmore devices exploding, the Grunland elves continued to use technology. By BC 2500, two migrations of anti-technology elves, volcanic eruptions, and earthquakes had taken its toll on Grunland. Heating systems failed and machines broke down. The technological elves had forgotten magic and technological science. With Grunland appearing doomed, the immortal Ka transported a Grunland village into the Hollow World in BC 2410. He placed it in a volcanically heated valley in the Antarctic region of the continent of Iceria. Ka altered the robots so they could only be powered by immortal magic that is tied to the valley, to prevent this science from revolutionizing other cultures. As they were technically no longer robots, these devices became known as automatons of the Blacklore Valley. Due to their metal bodies, automatons have a moderate armor class of 4, the equivalent of banded mail. They have 2 hit dice, averaging 8 hit points, and a THACO of 18. They can move at 75% the speed of an unencumbered human on their treads. Each round they can attack by flailing their arms, but they have no missile capability. Their arms attacks each do 1 to 6 damage. Each household appears to have at least 6 automaton servants, with some areas of the valley having up to 36 that can be encountered. Due to their construct-like nature, automatons save as magic users at double their hit dice. They are fearless, and programmed to obey their owners, so they will only retreat on their owner's command. They have no treasure. They are neutrally aligned. They have the immunities common to lesser constructs, namely poison, gas, charm, sleep, mind-affecting magic and illusions. Overall, they are not designed for combat, but can be challenging fights for low-level adventurers. But large numbers of them could challenge a higher-level party. The automatons have been programmed to be fluent in Elvish, Nether and Gen-Nite. The latter 2 languages were acquired from wanderers who were kept in the valley as unwilling guests. They do not respond to other languages. Their speech is metallic, but well modulated. They have been programmed to converse on a variety of topics. They can be attuned to a particular personality type, like friendly, efficient, nerdy, enthusiastic, sarcastic, analytical, subservient, bubbly, and so on. Automatons perform all the tasks in Blacklore society that the indolent elves don't want to do. Automatons with oversized treads and a flatbed extending to their rear are used as transport vehicles. They mainly carry cargoes. However, some have seats fitted for elves who either don't want to fly, or do not own a flying disc. Construction automatons mainly build or repair up to 10-story buildings, and elevated walkways. Fortunately, the valley has plenty of minerals required by this advanced society. Automatons dig mines, extract iron ore, coke, limestone, silica, and soda ash. Foundries are operated by automatons, producing steel, glass, and the like for the construction industry. Manufacturing automatons fabricate devices like the torch weapon most elves strap to their belts, streetlights called globes, clothes, dioramas, flying discs, replacements, otherwise known as prosthetics, and household items. Importantly, they make and repair other automatons, which possibly have an effective life of 5 to 20 years. They also manage elven households, cleaning, washing, ironing, sewing, cooking, and serving meals. Trimmers are slow-moving automatons that mow the grass and trim the occasional tree that grows in the volcanically heated valley. Gardener automatons tend to the plants in the greenhouses, most of which produce food for the elves. Surgeon automatons implant replacement body parts for the elves. Some automatons may perform security roles, such as guarding areas, or prisoners. Automatons were primarily designed to be interesting role-playing instruments in an alien elven society. The automatons have sensors that allow them to detect shapes in the dark. They do not need rest, so the valley has a constant hum of machines. As they are powered by immortal magic, they do not need to be recharged. The Blacklore Valley was not designed to be a base campaign setting, as perhaps only one of the 10,000 elves is adventurous. Instead, it is a bit of an Easter egg for outsider PCs to stumble across at the end of the inner world. As outlined in the Hollow World boxed set, the Blacklore elves will be fascinated by the newcomers, and will insist the PCs stay as their guests permanently in the valley. Resistance leads to the elves commanding their automatons into forming an army to guard the PCs in their guest quarters, for their own safety of course. The PCs must find a way to escape. They may learn valuable information and lore from their automaton guards, who are programmed to converse on a range of topics. Fortunately, the elf who accompanies the automatons to deliver the PCs their meals, Dathril Steelheart, is sympathetic to their plight, and could help them escape. The adventurers would then have to sneak out of the valley, which may contain 15,500 automatons. Other adventures could involve automaton mining awakening a burrower, which then uses its telepathic power to cause the automatons to malfunction. The PCs must deal with the malfunctioning miners and seal the mine under the immortal Kar's guidance, before the burrower's influence spreads throughout the valley. While PCs are guests of the elves, greedy and/or evil outside powers try to conquer the valley for the great production value of the automatons. They could be Nithians, possibly Thanatans, Heldanic knights perhaps guided by Vanyar, Alphatians, gnomes, or Albanese machine enthusiasts. The PCs must help the elves and automatons defeat the invaders. This concludes our look at the pseudo-robots powered by immortal magic, known as the automatons of the Blacklore Valley.